Welcome to Top Talk, where we learn English in a smarter, deeper way that goes beyond textbooks and boring grammar lessons. Here, language is not just something you study. It is something you live. Today, we are exploring a topic that surprises many people, a topic that looks like magic, feels like magic, but is powered entirely by communication, psychology, and the way we use words. Have you ever wished you could read someone's mind? Have you ever been in a conversation and wondered what the other person was thinking? Have you ever tried to guess what someone will say next? Or maybe you wished you could influence a person's decision using only the power of language. If yes, then today's lesson is designed exactly for you. Our focus today is mentalism. Mentalism is not real magic. A mentalist is not a supernatural being. There is no telepathy, no spiritual connection, no mystical force. Instead, mentalism is the art of appearing to read minds, using psychology, body language, suggestion, communication skills, strategy, and intelligent use of language. It is performance, but it is also science. It is entertainment, but it is also education. Most importantly, it is a powerful way to see how English can shape thoughts, emotions, and decisions. Mentalism can actually improve your English because it teaches you how to guide conversations, how to ask questions that influence people, how to choose words that create emotional reactions, and how to speak in a confident, persuasive way. These are real skills that help you at work, in relationships, in public speaking, and even in daily conversations. Before we go deeper, let's build a foundation. Memorize these words and understand them clearly. Mentalism, the art of appearing to read minds or predict thoughts. Prediction, a statement about something that will happen or something someone will think. Suggestion, planting an idea indirectly so the person believes it came from their own mind. Assumption, something you believe without evidence or proof. Misdirection, guiding someone's attention away from what actually matters. Understanding these words is not just about vocabulary. It is about learning how English builds a connection between language and thought. When you speak, you're not just sending words into the air. You're creating a mental picture in someone's mind. The clearer your language, the stronger the picture. The stronger the picture, the more influence you have. Now, let's dive into the actual techniques mentalists use. You will learn them in English, and you will practice speaking them like a mentalist. This will strengthen your fluency, clarity, and confidence. The first technique is the technique of leading questions. A leading question is a question that guides someone toward a specific answer. Instead of waiting to discover the truth, you gently push the person toward what you want them to say. A normal question sounds like, "What is your favorite color?" A leading question sounds like, "Most people choose blue or red. Which one is your favorite?" See the difference? The second question gives options. It limits the choices. It influences the answer. You sound confident, in control, and knowledgeable. Practice this structure. I am curious. Most people prefer underscore. What about you? When someone hears this, they usually choose one of the options you mentioned. This technique is very common in interviews, sales, negotiations, and presentations. When you speak like this in English, you sound more professional and persuasive. The second technique is cold reading. Cold reading is the art of observing someone's behavior, clothing, body language, tone, or expression, and making statements that sound like deep knowledge, even if you have never met the person before. For example, if someone is dressed formally, you could say, "You look like someone who values responsibility and discipline." If someone laughs nervously, you might say, "I sense that you overthink things, especially when it comes to decisions." Most people feel connected to these statements because they sound personal, but they are actually universal. Useful phrases you should learn and practice. You seem like someone who, I get the feeling that you strike me as the type of person who, if I had to guess, I would say. These sentences are powerful because they leave room for error. You're not claiming to be right. You're showing curiosity and empathy. English speakers respond more positively when you show openness instead of giving absolute statements. The third technique is suggestion. Suggestion means planting an idea in someone's mind so subtly that they believe the idea came from themselves. The most common method is negative suggestion. For example, if I say, "Do not think of a tree," you immediately imagine a tree. The brain ignores the word not and focuses on the image. Examples of suggestion in English. Do not feel pressure to answer quickly. Do not overthink it. Do not focus on the words, focus on the meaning. Each of these sentences influences the other person's emotional state. This is why mastering suggestion helps you learn how to direct the atmosphere of your conversation. Now that you understand the theory, let's practice a mentalist performance. Imagine you are standing on a stage or in front of a camera. You speak with calm confidence. You do not rush. You allow silence to work for you. Repeat this script slowly aloud. Good evening. My name is underscore, 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 and tonight I want to try something unusual. I cannot read minds. I have no supernatural powers, but I do understand psychology, and I believe the human brain creates patterns. If we follow those patterns, we can discover things that seem impossible. Think of something. Do not say it out loud. Just imagine it in your mind. Imagine the first letter, almost glowing, as if your imagination is projecting it like light. Do not change your mind now. Once you choose, stay with your first instinct. Most people choose something familiar, something common, something that feels important to them. I will try to guess, but remember, you are free to surprise me. Lines like these create the illusion of mind reading. But behind the scenes, you are the one directing the experience through language. Let's examine some phrases mentalists commonly use and why they work. There is no way I could know this. This creates suspense and prepares the audience to be impressed. This might sound strange. This opens the mind to accept unusual ideas. Trust your first instinct. This makes the person believe the choice is internal and personal. Picture it clearly in your mind. This activates the imagination and creates emotional engagement. Repeat these lines at home, in a mirror, or while recording your voice. The more natural they sound, the more powerful your communication becomes. Let's test your understanding. Answer these questions aloud. A mentalist uses assumption, not magic, to understand people. A leading question influences the answer before it is given. Suggestion allows someone to think an idea is their own. If these sentences feel easy now, that means you have learned something real. This is not just theoretical knowledge. This is a tool you can use. Now, why is mentalism useful in real life? Because it improves your English in practical, everyday ways. You learn to think before you speak. You learn how to choose words that create the effect you want. You learn the difference between language that controls and language that empowers. You learn how to use tone, pacing, emphasis, and silence. Mentalism also teaches emotional vocabulary, which is essential for fluency. When you communicate with emotion, people listen more closely. Emotional intelligence is a language skill. When you speak with confidence, people take you seriously. Confidence is not grammar. Confidence is energy. So even if you never perform for an audience like Oz Pearlman, even if you never call yourself a mentalist, you will still benefit. You will become a better listener. You will become a better speaker. You will become more persuasive, more aware, more articulate, and more expressive. These are skills that will help you in job interviews, presentations, negotiations, relationships, and every part of life. Today on Top Talk, we explored mentalism, not as magic, but as a science of communication. We learned how mind-reading illusions work and how English plays a central role in creating those illusions. We practiced useful phrases, learned psychological techniques, and built speaking confidence. Remember this, words are powerful. Language is a tool. You can shape the way people think, feel, and respond just by choosing the right words. If you want more lessons like this focused on communication psychology, influence in English, and advanced conversation skills, comment Mentalism Part 2. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for learning with Top Talk. I will see you in the next session. Until then, speak with clarity, think with strategy, and remember, your words shape reality.